Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Football Fignuts podcast. This is season 9, episode 6, number 356 overall. I'm 2 beers in, and my name is Britt.
My name is Craig.
I'm Sean.
I am Sinch.
And this is the most exciting episode of the year for me. As you can tell, because I prepped for it by having 2 full beers beforehand, this is the first of the 2 Roundtable episodes this year, where all 4 of us gather around the mics to bring you fantasy knowledge. So we have a lot to cover. Let's just jump right in order. Craig, what are you drinking tonight?
So tonight I'm drinking a beer from New Park that I have not had before. This is Headband. It is an 8% Imperial Double New England Hazy IPA, and this is my second one of the day. And for lunch, I had a Voodoo Ranger, so there's that too.
Wait. I'm sorry. Wait, hold on a second. So you had a Voodoo Ranger instead of like actual lunch?
Yeah, because I didn't really eat anything until like 2 o'clock because I was out and working. So yeah.
And since then, you've had 2 of these double IPAs.
Well, 1, and I'm drinking 1 now. So 1.5, 1.25. So yeah.
Oh, this could be lit. All right, great, fantastic. I like that. Sean, what do you got tonight?
I am drinking some juicy bullshit. That's the name of it. Juicy bullshit.
Who makes it?
It is by Outer Light Brewing Company.
Oh, okay.
New England style IPA. They're in Groton, Connecticut.
Yeah, I've heard of Outer Light. I haven't had that particular beer before. So, is it good? What do you think of it?
I do like it. It's a very solid IPA. 6.1%. Not overly, bitter at the end, but not like bland at all. So it's got a nice little balance to it.
Very nice. Sinch, what do you have tonight?
This evening, I will be drinking a Kendall Jackson Vintner's Reserve Chardonnay. It's from California. It's a 2021.
What did you just say?
Oh, very, very fancy. Very nice.
I do have a monocle in.
Did you just bring a fucking wine into a beer podcast?
Yeah, Sean is drinking bullshit, so,
I mean, that's fair, I guess.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard you say you're drinking water.
Water is way better than wine. End of story. There's no good reason to drink wine.
Oh, no.
Wine's good. Wine's good. Except Greek wine. Don't drink Greek wine.
Oh, that's a different animal. That's a different animal altogether.
It's not. No.
How dare you, sir? All right, enjoy your wine. I'm fine with that. All right. So, like I said, we have a lot to cover. We have an exciting new trivia game to bring tonight. So we're going to jump right into burning hot takes. And again, sticking in our order, Craig, what is burning with you tonight?
So tonight I have a quick question about a famous receiver that everyone loves, especially Sean, I'm assuming. Odell Beckham Jr. Odell Beckham Jr. has no plans to retire. And he said he has drawn interest from teams. Does it matter? Does any team if any team signs him, does it matter? Does anyone care? Yes or no?
I know I don't.
No. It's not going to move my rankings at all. He could sign with the Chiefs tomorrow, and it would not move my rankings at all. So, no.
He hasn't been good since he was in the Super Bowl for the Rams and got hurt in like the end of the second quarter.
Mm-hmm. Sean, does it matter?
I stopped listening to Odell Beckham Jr.
That's fair.
Fair? That's fair.
That's some strong bullshit Sean's got.
There's no need to discuss him. I mean,
Sean has enough bullshit in his life before Odell Beckham Jr. comes into the conversation. So,
okay,
that was easy. Oh my God! No. All right, next question, Sean. What's burning with you tonight?
Oh, what's burning with me? Mine's more of a can you kind of believe these numbers from last year? Because where people are getting drafted. I have in front of me a list of the PPR running backs, ones who scored more than, we'll go with 17 points a game.
Okay.
For an average. Can you name? I'm going to give you the obvious ones. Obviously, we're talking about Barkley, Gibbs, Bijan, Derrick Henry. Those 4.
Okay.
The other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6. 6 running backs that scored more than 17 points a game last year. Can you name and then think about where they're being drafted this year and what's the reason for that?
Okay. You've got to be a little bit more clear in the ask.
Right. Oh my God, I don't have a pen and paper here. I can't figure. I'm going to stick with my answer to the first question. No.
So you're asking the top running backs from last year.
Yep.
Where they're being drafted this year.
Well, I just want to know, who do you think's in that top 10? 17. So there was 10 that scored 17 points a game. Can you name them? How about that?
Quick answer, no, I can't either.
Okay.
Well, you said top 4, right? The top 4 were.
Let's focus on like 3 or 4 guys here to move it along.
Is James Cook there?
In the top 10? No, he is not.
All right, I'm done.
Bucky Irving. See there?
Bucky Irving is not.
So I'll just take the obvious and go Saquon.
Well, I did. I said gave you the first 4. Saquon, Jameer, Bijan Robinson, and Derrick Henry.
But beyond that. Joe Mixon?
Joe Mixon did. 17.2. No one and there's a reason, the injury concern. But even when he was here earlier, no one wanted to even talk about him.
So I'm going to ask you to fast forward to the point.
So the other ones, I'll just give the other ones then.
Yeah, please do.
Devon Achane.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Jacobs, Joe Mixon. Then it's Alvin Kamara at 19 points a game. Number 5 last. Jonathan Taylor.
Why are you trying to trigger Craig?
At 7.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor, Mr. I Hate Jonathan Taylor. Consistency, too. 8 games over 17 points. And the last one, Kyron Williams.
Who just got a deal.
Yes, I think so, yes.
So what is your point in bringing this to the table? I feel like there's somebody who are trying to guide us.
Just looking at how some of these running backs are going so much earlier, but the consistency, with A-Chain, it was all a few games that brought his average up to that high.
Oh, absolutely.
It was, same thing with, who is it? I think Kyron. But the consistency of Alvin Kamara and Jonathan Taylor, and these guys are being drafted, outside the top 10, where they were 5 and 7 last year. I know not the best quarterback situations, but
right.
I'll take them. I'll take granted, I'll take into consideration, the situation in New Orleans, but Jonathan Taylor, I'll take. The guys want to let him slip, I'll take him.
So let me jump in right away. I think a lot of this has to do, I think you nailed it. What in psychology, and Sean and I both studied psychology in college, the best indicator of future behavior is past behavior. But that doesn't apply when you talk about folks in a physical environment like sports. So I get it. But I also look at these guys like RJ Harvey and Omarion Hampton, who are just coming up the boards so fast. I think particularly at running back, there is a definitive perceived limitation on what people are going to do based on age and mileage. And people look at Alvin Kamara, and Craig, you love Alvin Kamara. People look at Alvin Kamara and they're like, nope, he's getting too old. Doesn't have the quarterback support. Nope. I think you have to look at running back through a lens of potential versus result. And I think that's what's causing the discrepancy you're talking about. That's where I look at it. What do you guys think?
Sounds good.
Sinch is like, whatever, dude.
He's like,
I'm drinking my wine.
Just let me sip my wine. I don't care about running backs.
Craig, am I crazy on there? But you love Alvin Kamara.
I agree. The Saints are in a giant world of flux. So if people want to avoid Kamara, then I I understand why. I still think in PPR he's very valuable. If you're not in a PPR league, I can see why you would drop him down because, let's face it, there's a good chance the Saints are going to be playing from behind a lot this year. So if you're a running back on a team that's playing by 2 or 3 touchdowns down, you're not going to run a lot. So I get why. So yeah, I agree with what you're saying about players. People having concerns about certain players.
And to where Sean is coming from, guys like Alvin Kamara and Jonathan Taylor have been consistent. Why would we not expect them to be consistent in 2025? And I think you have to consider the offense, the age, and the way their careers have gone with their teams. I mean, New Orleans has been an absolute kind of like question mark for like the last 3 or 4 years. So while Alvin continues to produce, you have to question, is that going to continue?
I mean, I can agree with the situation is down there isn't great. I mean, he's still going to be a catch monster, I believe, this year.
I hope so.
I
hope so for him.
In a standard league, yeah, I wouldn't touch him at all. But PPR, I mean, they're going to check down to him a lot, most likely. So, but I obviously there are others I would like to take before him. But I won't shy away with him like a lot of people are.
Agreed. Sinch, what's burning with you this week?
Well, my question is a little more straightforward and simple.
Okay.
I think that one of the most important things when drafting is, so it's the tiers. So my question is, the tier where you're looking at 15 to 25 at running back and at receiver, which one do you think is more valuable to draft guys in that range?
I think for me, it starts with, because I'm a draft flow guy. It's all about the flow. So what I have observed, and I was talking earlier tonight with Terry Zhang, who I've mentioned on his podcast before. He streams on Twitch. He loves fantasy football. And what he was telling me today was 2 weeks ago, I could start wide receiver, running back, wide receiver in any way you order you want. You could do running back first and 2 wideouts, first running back, and feel really good about where you were. He said to me, I don't feel that way anymore because running backs are moving up the board. He was like, I've seen Omarion Hampton move up the board in ways I could not predict. He says even CeeDee Lamb is moving up the board in ways he couldn't predict. So I think a lot of it has to do with draft flow, but generally speaking, I think wide receiver is a much deeper pool than running back. So if everything's equal, I'm grabbing running backs earlier than I would wide receivers, but not. I can't say that in every case. Like if you're in a league and you see wide receivers flying off the board and you're drafting like say 7 overall and like 3 or 4 of them are gone, and all of a sudden you're looking at like, wide receiver 5 or 6, then it changes things. So, but generally speaking, I think there's 3 or 4 running backs you're going to go for early. And if they're gone, you're focusing wide receiver. But at the same time, you can't wait. You can't go 0 RB this year. I have yet to see a single draft board. And I've seen several people have been like, hey, Britt, what do you think of my draft board? I went 0 RB. And I have yet to be happy with any of them. Your best pick was Chase Brown in round 5, and he's moving up the board now too. So I think you have to be very cognizant of your particular draft rules and where they go and follow the flow of your draft more than ever before. But that's just me. Craig, what do you think? Am I crazy?
Well, that's a separate question.
Well, yes, that is a separate question.
They're possibly related. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's so yes, you do have to kind of go with the flow of your draft of whatever league you're in. Because you really don't want to get that upset when someone drafts someone that you wanted, because you're like, oh no one's gonna take this guy this early, but it happens. But yeah, people,
right, Sean?
Yeah, Sinch.
Exactly. But yeah, people are moving up in draft boards. Why CeeDee Lamb has moved up, I don't know. I always put him at like probably second, but maybe it's because of the Netflix shows. I don't know. But yeah, I think people are starting to look at teams like in general, like a broad view of teams, and realizing a lot of teams are changing this season or have changed over the last 2 seasons. So I think it's bringing into question where people are ranking players. Like, for example, like the Lions changed, like the Jets are changing. We just said the Saints are in flux. So I think that has a big thing to do with it. So I think people are paying more attention to what teams are doing in general and not individual players.
Let me frame it. Let me frame it differently for Sean.
Okay.
Would you rather have a guy like middle range wide receiver? I can't even think of the guy. You know, CD is at the top. I'm talking about the guy that's the number 1 for a bad team or the number 2 for a mediocre playoff team. Would you rather have that guy? All right.
I mean,
would you rather have Keenan Allen or would you rather have the 18th ranked running back?
It's not Keenan Allen, but anyway, I get what you're saying, and it depends on the team too. I mean, obviously T. Higgins is going a lot higher than obviously Keenan Allen, but he's not even the number 2. I don't think he's going to be.
He is.
It's Trey Harris, but anyway.
Nope. I'll put money on that right now. Trey Harris does not outperform Keenan Allen this year.
So anyway, it depends on the team, the situation there too. But going back to your question, it's like it does depend on your tiers. It does depend. It's like, and it has to be with your rankings, with your how you view these people. I mean, obviously you have to end up evaluating and seeing how. All right, so is the drafting? You're seeing a bunch of running backs go. I'm not going to go, okay, let me grab a running back because they're going. I'm going to say, okay, I can get value there later when they stop drafting them because they're going to have to start drafting wide receivers. I'm going to load up on the wide receivers and have a stud core of, say you get Malik Neighbors and they've been drafting running backs. You get A.J. Brown in the 2nd round. That's a heck of a 1-2 right there.
Okay, how about this way? You're in the 5th round. You've drafted 2 running backs. You've drafted 2 receivers. You have an open flex spot. You have to imagine the running back or receiver that would be there in the 5th round. Which one would you take? The 20th ranked running back or the 20th ranked receiver? You guys are coming up with these names of guys that are going to go in the 3rd round or 2nd round or 4th round.
So you're talking about later on. So later on, you're going to have I think you're going to have a more bigger tier of wide receivers. So if there's that running back in that, let's go with the 6th round, like the 6th round where now, because a lot of people start 3 and 3. So if they say you've already done 3 wide receivers and 3 wide receivers and 2 running backs. That's what a lot of leagues are. So we'll do that as a base. That 6th round, would I rather have another wide receiver or, you know what? And in that range, it's going, let me think. It's going around, the people there are like, it's like DeAndre Swift and Montgomery and Harvey and Aaron Jones. Would I rather have a starter on one of those teams or the 2nd, 3rd wide receiver on a team? Yeah, I'll go with the starter on the running backs. So, I'd rather have that 3rd starter and then, because of the way the wide receivers kind of like flatten out and there's a bigger tier, I'm pretty sure I can get a person in that tier the next time around.
So
we're getting into the realm of draftability and tiers, right?
My question was just the 20th ranked wide receiver in our rankings was Garrett Wilson. The 20th ranked running back in our rankings was Omarion Hampton.
Right.
Oh, you know my answer. I go Garrett Wilson all day there.
But that's not even. I think that's where we're going with this, is that because there are so many drafts that focus either wide receiver heavy or running back heavy because of scoring systems and lineup systems, we can't sit there and say the 20th quarterback, the 20th running back, the 20th wide receiver, and the 20th tight end. Who would you prefer? Because it's systematic. So I get where you're going. You narrow it down. No one's going to consider quarterback 20 at the same time running back rather 20.
Of course.
No one's going to make that connection. But at running back and wide receiver, we're seeing the closest. We're seeing the narrowest gap I think we've ever seen in fantasy football, which is where Sinch's point comes in. But I can't, without seeing a draft flow, I don't know that I can compare the two. I don't know. It's a great question. I just don't know the answer. So,
that's why you got to go with the. I mean, there's lots to be said with value-based drafting, and there's also sticking to a plan of say hero RB or zero RB, but all plans gotta have wiggle room. So
you let the draft come to you. Because I think we kind of already covered this. We're just going to talk about it for 3 seconds and move on. Omarion Hampton is moving up the draft boards.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean I'm going to go get him earlier? No. If you want to jump ahead and go, oh my God, I better get Omarion Hampton. He's going to win me my freaking league. I'm going to draft Omarion Hampton in round 2, and now I just win the league. FUO, you guys. Now go ahead. You take Omarion Hampton way too early. I'm going to take somebody who I have a lot more consistency and belief in, and I'll be fine. I'll be fine with it.
I mean, he's going running back 16 right now. I mean,
and moving up.
And he's going up. The only issue I have, I know the reports on Najee are, vague and all, but eventually he's going to be back. I mean, unless
is he?
Is he? Does it matter?
I don't think we know that.
Does it matter?
I think so.
Really quick, going around the room in order, do you think Najee Harris is the starter for the Chargers at any point this season, Craig?
No.
Sean?
It depends on when he comes back. If it's earlier, yes. If it's
a yes or no question. Is Najee Harris the starter for the LA Chargers at any point this season, yes or no?
Yes, I don't trust anything that freaking Harbaugh says.
Fine. Sinch, is Najee Harris the starter at any point this season, yes or no?
2021 was a very good year for Chardonnay in California. No chance. He had a superficial eye injury from fireworks. What does superficial mean? It means on the substance, not like inside his eye. So are they telling us a firework like hit his eye and exploded?
Yeah, it was in front of his face. But yeah.
He hasn't done anything yet in camp. Doesn't that tell you that? I mean, he's not running. He's not he's doing nothing. He's standing there like a coach.
He was in Pittsburgh without an injury and doing nothing. So
here's what I'm going to say, because I agree with Craig and Sinch. If Najee Harris starts a single game for the Chargers, Sean, we owe each of us you a beer at the brewery.
Fair.
But
which is essentially you drinking free an entire day. So, all right. So we've got to move on from hot takes. Tonight, gentlemen, we are debuting a game from the aforementioned Terry Zhang, what he calls Boomer Thinks. And let me tell everybody a little bit about this game really quick. Terry is a retired poker pro, and he used to be in tournaments where he'd be sitting at a table and they'd be like, we need to fill your seats because the other 4 tables haven't eliminated down yet. You're too good. So you're going to sit here for like an hour. And they used to do games based on guessing answers to numerical questions at the casino. And he's instituted into his own podcast. And talking to him, I thought this would be a fun thing for us to do. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a toss-up question that's going to identify an answer keeper. The answer keeper is going to be asked a question with a numerical answer. The other 2 podcasters have to guess what the answer keeper thinks. Not the actual answer, but what the answer keeper thinks is the actual answer. So we'll start with a toss-up, and we're going to go in the same order we've had. So Craig, Sean, Sinch. And Price is Right rules exist. So if you think somebody's over, stop bidding. All right, everybody ready?
Okay.
Yep. Here's the toss-up. Frank Gore is 3rd all time in rushing in the NFL. How many yards rushing did Frank Gore have? Craig.
Jeez.
By the way, I'm still in the Frank Gore Memorial Studio, just so you know. Just put a number out there, Craig. What do you think?
Total yards, right? Total. That's the question.
Sorry, rushing.
Rushing, so not receiving. Just total yards. I'm gonna go.
Having a coughing fit. Yes, just rushing.
I'm gonna go 15,400.
Sean, you can either go above that or stop.
What did he say?
15,400.
15,000.
400.
400. Oof.
Clock.
It's
a time podcast. Just saying.
I know how many Walter Payton had.
Not the question.
How much Frank Gore had.
You have 5 seconds to register a response. You're out.
I'll go. Oh, jeez.
2.
15,500.
15,500. Cinch. Is that too high, or do you want to go higher?
It's like having a draft with Sean. I was going to guess higher, so I would say what was his 15,500?
15,500.
I would say 15,501 because I think it's in about the 17,000 range.
Wow.
So 15,501. Oh wait, hold on. So we keep going? I thought that was it.
No, it's a bidding war until two people stop.
Oh, okay. Well then I'll go 16,800.
No, you've already logged 15,501. Craig's up.
That's because I thought we were done. I wouldn't have. It's fine.
That's not my issue. Craig.
I'm gonna say 16,000 yards.
16,000 even. Sean, 5 seconds. Go.
I'll stop. I'll say no.
Sean stops. 16,000. Cinch. Go higher or stop.
16,005.
16,05. Craig.
I'm staying with my 16. Stop.
Craig stops on 16. So Cinch is the highest at 16,005.
Yes.
The correct answer is exactly 16,000.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Dead serious. Craig hit the mark.
Craig won the showcase showdown.
Yay!
So Craig
I got to spin the wheel.
So Craig earns a bye to next week when we do this live at Fignuts Live at Two Roads Brewing. And Craig is now the answer keeper, which means the following 7 questions Craig will record in his own brain meats. Don't tell us the answer.
I'm going to write these
down. What he thinks the answer is.
I'm going to write them down.
And Sean and Cinch will fight in a bidding war to get as close to the number but not going over as the other person. All right. So are we ready? It's going to be Sean versus Cinch here.
Ready. I'm ready.
Question 1. Since 2020, Derrick Henry has amassed the most rushing yards of any running back in the NFL. How many rushing yards does he have?
2020.
Craig is going to write down the answer and let us know when he's ready. Since 2020, Derrick Henry has amassed the most rushing yards of any running back in the NFL. How many does he have? Don't give us a number. Just say you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Sean, alphabetically, you get the first bid.
5,500.
So Cinch, same rules. Go higher than 5,500 or pass.
Okay, so like for instance, this is my first time playing the game. If I think it's less, I could say $1 and that would be it.
You would just say pass. Sean's an idiot, and you would win because Sean went over.
Remember, you're guessing what I think it is, not the actual number.
And not the actual number. You're trying to guess what Craig thinks the number is. But if you think Craig thinks the number is 2,500, then you would stop, and Sean would lose because he went over.
So one last question. I'm going to make a bid. Is Sean going to bid after me, or that's...
Yes.
Okay. So what was your bid again, please? 5,500?
Yes.
I think it's about 5,750.
5,750, Sean.
I think he was injured one year now. I'm thinking about it.
Aren't we all? Hosting this, by the way, is the best gig. I have no sports in this race.
I'm going to say that's too much.
So you're stopping.
Yeah.
So 5,750 is the number posted by Cinch. Craig, what is the number you have?
I said 4,200.
So Cinch is over. Point to Sean. So Sean wins the first point.
What's the actual answer?
The actual answer is 7,590.
Wow, we're all wrong.
He had like 1,800 yards last year.
And that's the beauty of this game. It's not so much how much you know, but how much you know about your contributors knowing.
He wasn't injured one? All right, whatever.
Yeah, I thought he was hurt too.
He was.
It was the playoffs.
He was.
He played through
According to Pro Football Reference, it's 7,590.
All right.
If I just stopped and thought he's on the Ravens, Craig hates everybody. Yeah, he had about 1,000 yards. That's my guess.
There you go. Exactly.
There you go. You're getting into it. Into it. Speaking of teams Craig hates, the Cleveland Browns have been a tire fire for a long time.
God.
How many head coaches have the Cleveland Browns had since 1946?
Holy crap.
God.
The rule is the one who won the point has to lead out. So Sean, put a number out there. Since 1946, how many Cleveland Browns have been a head coach? Not members of the team. Sorry, let me rephrase that. How many head coaches have the Cleveland Browns had since 1946?
So basically 80 years.
Don't forget, there was a period of time that didn't exist.
Yeah, they didn't exist. Oh, Jesus.
God, I love hosting this. This is so nice. It's so stress-free. I love it.
Oh, God. 32.
Lock. I'm sorry? 32.
32.
Cinch, go higher or tell him he's too high?
I think you're too high.
So Cinch stops. Craig, how many head coaches has the Cleveland Browns had?
I'm going to say 23.
So Sean goes over.
You write that
Point
down?
to Cinch.
Guessing it now.
I'm assuming he did. I will double check with him going forward.
Yes.
But the correct answer is 18.
Oh.
18?
What is it?
18. Don't forget, the first coach was there for like 30 years.
Okay.
So it is Sean 1, Cinch 1 as we head into question 3. The Detroit Lions. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. The Detroit Lions led the league last year with extra point attempts. How many did they attempt? Before anybody answers, Craig, lock in your answer. You good?
How many extra points did they attempt? All right.
The Detroit Lions led the league last year with extra point attempts. How many did they attempt? Let me know when you have a number.
Okay. I have a number.
Since you won the last one, you have to start off. How many attempts at extra points did the Detroit Lions have last year?
39.
39. Sean.
45.
Sean goes 45 back to Cinch.
They have a coach that likes to go for it. So I'm going to freeze right there, and I'm going to let you have your 45, and I think it's under.
Okay, 45 is the answer. Craig, what do you have written down?
I said 50.
So Sean wins the point at 45. The correct answer is 67.
Okay.
They
attempted 67 extra points last year. Oh my God.
My thought was they do go for it, but they go for it instead of getting a field goal, so they keep on going for the touchdown.
Okay, whatever. All right, question 4. And while you guys debate this, I'm going to use the restroom really quick. But how many teams did not miss an extra point in 2024? So how many teams went 100% on their extra point attempts in 2024? Craig, write down an answer, and then Sean has to respond first.
Okay, I wrote it down.
Go ahead, Sean.
It's becoming more common. I'm going to say 8.
I think it is less than 8. So there you go. Craig, who's got the right answer?
Wow. Wait, so I forgot. Does Sean go again or no?
No,
because I said it's less than.
So
that's right. So you're stopping.
Yeah. So what's your answer?
My answer was 18.
18. That's a lot.
18. Wow, you think a lot of good kickers.
There's 32 teams. That's
Yeah, but
these kickers
missed extra points nowadays. I think
this is true. You remember that game where the Bears and the Bengals both missed like kicks, like 37 field goals and point afters. That was a fun game to watch.
I don't think Bob Barker ever had to deal with, I literally am trying to empty my bladder and I'm being screamed out to get back.
Well, depends.
So Craig, you went how high?
I said 18 teams.
And who stopped?
Sean won the question. I said
Sean wins the question.
Sean said 8. I said less than 8.
The correct answer is 7.
Wow.
The teams are the Packers, the Broncos, the Falcons, the Colts, the Steelers, the Cowboys, and the Titans. Everyone else attempted and missed at least 1 extra point last year.
Wow. Okay.
And I was going to go 7, too, at first. And then I said 8.
So Sean leads 3-1. It's a 7-question quiz. So Sean can close us out here. We're still going to do the other questions, just so you know. But
hey, I'm just throwing correct answers. I can't help it if Craig's a moron.
Wow.
Start thinking like Craig.
I don't want to.
Craig.
I hate the Steelers. Ooh, those Ravens.
All right. Question the 5th. The Cleveland Browns scored the fewest points of any team in the NFL in 2024.
Uh-huh.
How many did they score?
Total?
Wait for Craig. Total points the Cleveland Browns scored.
Oh,
Craig is going to say like 18.
Oh, I hate the Browns. They scored 12 points.
I don't hate the Browns.
They missed 2 extra points.
I hate the Steelers. Okay. All right.
Craig, you have a number?
Yep.
All right, Sean, lead out the bidding. How many points did the Cleveland Browns score, according to Craig, in 2024? And they were the lowest in the league.
I'm going to say 359.
Okay, Sinch.
I believe Sean is over by at least 100, so I will say it's way less than that.
So Sinch stops. 259. What was it? What's the number, Sean?
359.
359. Craig, what do you got?
I said 220.
Ugh.
So Sean overbids by a mile.
Yep.
And Sinch wins the point. Sinch, if you had to put a number to it, what would you say?
I was going to say 222.
The correct answer is 258. Craig and Sinch were way closer.
Okay.
Way closer. All right. 3-2. Sinch has pulled himself back into it. Here's a decisive game 6. Oh, God, you guys are going to hate me after this one. Ready? According to airmilescalculator.com.
Oh, boy.
The 2 furthest NFL cities in terms of mileage are Seattle and Miami.
Yeah.
How many miles is a flight from one to the other?
Oh, God.
Write down a number, Craig.
Yep. Okay, go ahead. I got it.
According to airmilescalculator.com, the 2 furthest NFL cities are Seattle and Miami. How many miles is a flight from one to the other? Craig, you ready? You said you ready?
Yeah. Yep. I'm ready.
Cinch, how many miles between those 2 cities?
I would say it's about 5,412.
5412. Sean.
Yeah, he's over.
Sean says you're over. Craig, what number do you have written down?
I said 2,900 miles.
So Cinch is over. Point and game to Sean. And Craig, what was your number?
2,900 miles.
That's not that far off. 2724 is the correct answer.
Stupid game.
I had 26
game. So Sean will advance to face Craig in the finals of this event.
Hey, the way that I go, it takes me 5,412 miles to get.
Sinch goes around the Grand Canyon. He looks for the views. And he goes up into Canada.
Your boomer travel doesn't matter, dude. I'm just saying. But for fun, let's see if Sinch can redeem himself. Question 7. How many members are there in the NFL Hall of Fame as of today?
Wow.
Greg.
Jesus.
Write a number down.
Whew,
how many members are there in the NFL Hall of Fame as of today? And gentle viewer, pity me, because I have to make 7 more of these for next week.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Sean, you won the last point. How many members are there in the NFL Hall of Fame as of today?
Wow. Jesus.
12. The answer's 12.
They put a lot more in the Hall of Fame than like baseball does.
They put 12 in like the last 2 years. So yeah, that's absolutely wrong.
What do you mean?
No, they put like 6 guys a year in is what I'm saying. I'm joking and saying 12. Don't listen to me.
Wow. I'm going to say 3,500.
Damn.
3,500.
Wow.
See,
Holy crap.
Craig reacts, and now Sinch is like, I'm going to stop.
I'm going to stop.
You know what? I think it's more than that, but I think Craig said it's less than that, so I'm going to stop.
Right, you're getting the hang of this.
Yeah.
So 3,500 is the number.
Made it very obvious for him.
What do you think the number is?
I said 342.
So Sean overshoots by a moonshot, and since point it loses 4-3. The correct answer is 382.
Oh, wow, that was close.
Really? Okay.
Hey, I looked it up on the interwebs. Are you calling the NFL Hall of Fame a liar?
No, not at all.
No, just you.
Sean wins our first Fignuts Thinks challenge, and Sean will face Craig next week live at Two Roads Brewing in Stratford, Connecticut. And Sinch, you will be the answer keeper, and you will be able to flip each of them off as you you select your answers. So
I'm going to make it difficult on them because I'm going to guess correct answers.
Wow, that's rude.
So let me ask this question right now. Let me ask this question. Sinch has been a Patriot fan since I've known him, and that's been 30 years. Should we do a Patriots centered, or should we just do all over the NFL?
No.
Wait, if you did that, I think I really would get close to the correct answers.
So
okay, you can
immediately jumped in and was like, no. You
can have a Flutie or Scott Zolak question.
Brett,
right,
you know what
I
you
just
should
heard
do?
is a Flutie and Zach Zolak. Okay, so one Flutie question, one Zolak question.
You should do one question for each of our favorite team. So Bears, Bengals, Chiefs, Patriots, and then whatever else you want to do.
You know what? That's 6 questions right there. So if I do a Flutie, a Zolak, a Bears, a Bengals, a Chiefs, and a Patriot question.
Oh, no, God. Flutie. Oh.
Hey, listen, if you know your shit and you know Sinch, you'll be fine. Speaking of being fine, it's time for final thoughts. And let's start in turn order. So, Craig, what do you got for us tonight? What's your final thought?
Final thoughts is, I feel like I'm repeating myself from last week is that it is draft season. So you should start doing mock drafts. Like Sean's probably already done at least 112 of mock drafts. I'm not even joking. Oh, yeah. Like find a best ball, like a free best ball, draft and just do that because that'll at least give you an idea of where people are getting drafted. So, yeah.
All right, Sean, what do you got?
I completely agree. Definitely doing as many drafts as you can between now and your actual drafts that you care about is definitely a good way to go. Best ball, definitely. It's a little bit different strategy than your home leagues, though, because you're not, you don't need to have to have some kind of a balance there where home leagues, it's a little bit less. Because a lot of them you won't draft a second quarterback or a second tight end. But definitely just like we were talking about with the tiers, you have to have a strategy there and have them ready. Because, again, if someone snipes you, I won't mention any names, Sinch.
I won the league.
out of
Sean, you were right.
5 out of the first 6 rounds, sniping the guy just before I was picking, you have to have a backup plan. And I made the playoffs still. So even though I didn't get the guy I wanted, I got a guy that was very close to production.
Okay, thank you. Sinch, your final thought this week.
My final thought is Shohei Ohtani is a crooked, bad man who should be in prison, but he never will be. First, he had his interpreter. He had his interpreter take the fall for him and pay off his gambling debt, and he let that man go to jail. Now, him and I don't know who the other person was. I don't want to misspeak. His agent, his new interpreter, his best friend, him and someone else are being sued by a developer in, I believe it was Hawaii, over a crooked deal that Ohtani blocked that cost this guy like a bunch of money, so he's suing Ohtani for $250 million. He's crooked. He's evil. He's wrong. He's bad. And to wrap it all up, write this down right now. Write this down. Take out a pen. Put it in your notes. Munetaka Murakami will be a Met next season.
A Yankee. Awesome. That's good. That's great. Thank you for telling me.
The Yankees don't get anything that the Mets want.
My final thought this week is just a reminder that the individual contributions of our contributors are their own thoughts and not representative of the Football Fignuts podcast. Much like the end of the old Sportscasters episode, or Sports Reporters, for those of you who are old enough to remember that on ESPN, when Mike Lupica would go off, I hate this guy. Okay, that's great. Mike Lupica's opinions are his own. So are my contributors. So, we have nothing against Shohei Ohtani. Sinch's opinions are his own. Please sue him, not us.
Evil.
And but you know what's not evil? Leaving us a review. Wherever you found us, on Apple Podcasts, on any of the podcast directories, wherever you found us, leave us a review. It's so helpful to our podcast and our growth. You can also reach out to us. We're available at the Fignuts. Oh, God damn it. I just pulled a Sean. The Football Fignuts podcast on Facebook. We're also available at fignutsdfs@gmail.com. And don't forget, next week, August 20th, 2025, if you're in the tri-state area, we are doing a live podcast at Area 2 in Two Roads Brewing Company. Please come down. It's free admission. We'd love to have you just sitting in the audience and just chatting with us. Gentlemen, the first roundtable of the year is done, and I am also done. Did I miss anything?
No, I don't think so. I think that was it.
Oh, I missed something.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Sean, what did I miss?
Hi, Deb.
Hi to Deb. So, from Britt.
And Craig.
I'm Sean.
I am Sinch.
And we are the Football Fignuts podcast. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Live, baby.
Ohtani is evil, I'm telling you. Should be in jail.